Hey guys and gals, welcome back to Comic Crunch. I'm your host, Dustin, aka Parzvol, and you can find that link on Twitch and Xbox One and soon to be Switch and PS4. I'm gonna get the new Pokemon game for the Switch, and I'm gonna get the new Spider-Man game for the PS4, and other various games that I need to play and other games that you guys want me to play. But if you need to know how to spell Parzvol, it's Parzvol. And come check me out or add me as a friend if you want to play some games and try out some new things. Give me some tips. I give you some tips. You know, I'm a hardcore gamer. And yeah, I play lots of different games. Battlefield, a lot of first-person shooters are my main go-to. Really good at them. You know, got a really good KD on every first-person shooter game. But enough talk on that. We're going to be breaking down Avengers #1, and I honestly really think this is a good issue #1 for Avengers because it shows you the ancient Avengers, like the original ones, and I will show you and tell you about these motherfuckers right here. They are so dope. It starts off with Sorcerer Supreme as Agamotto. Yeah, guys, Agamotto, the original first Sorcerer Supreme, the one who made the necklace, the Eye of Agamotto, that's around Doctor Strange's necklace now. Well, not now in the cinematic universe because you guys know why. But in the comics, he still has it around his neck. But you also have a Grey Hulk. His name is Starbrand. And he has the powers of Captain Marvel because he has the symbol on his chest, glowing red. Same exact symbol as Captain Marvel, but it's glowing red. He's just don't have an outfit on. He's just a Grey Hulk with a glowing symbol on his chest and the marks on his shoulder. And he looks really badass. He has the same powers as the Incredible Hulk and the energy powers of Captain Marvel. He looks so badass. You guys have to check out this comic because of him and other characters I'm about to tell you right now. Even though I'm digging the idea of Agamotto being the first Sorcerer Supreme, like he's always been told, but that's just the way it is. But you also have Lady Phoenix, which is the first woman to have the Phoenix Force, and young Odin, but he's still old. He still looks old, like he's probably over 10,000 years old because like it takes about like 10,000 years old for the Asgardians to look actually old because they age in such slow rate. But he's still old nonetheless. You see a little bit of chemistry between Lady Phoenix and Odin. At one point, Odin tells Lady Phoenix that he'd fight the battle with them until there's nothing left but bone and thunder. I will fight until the final twilight, to the end of that, all that ever was. And then once I've been laid to rest or waste, my lady, I'll meet you in the void, which you can tell through just there. And they were face to face in the comic, in the panels, that they have some love for each other, but time does pass. So you don't know what happens to Lady Phoenix, or, you know, Odin obviously gets with another lady, but still badass. There also is a Ghost Rider, and he doesn't have a motorcycle, you guys. He has a flaming mammoth, and he rides that thing, and it looks so badass. And that's why you got to pick up the issue for the Starbrand and the Ghost Rider, mainly just for that. But you also have an Iron Fist there, and it's a woman, which is pretty cool because she looks very primitive and tribal, and she's a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, the origins of what we know are different for the ancient Avengers, which is really badass. But that's the start of the actual, where they get their actual source of power from. But there also is a Black Panther, but it doesn't tell me the Black Panther's name at all in this first issue, and I'm hoping it references the actual first guy who talks to the goddess of the Panther, or the Black Panther itself, goddess, and gets the blessing. But I'm assuming that it is like the origins. But with all that being said, the ancient Avengers are grouped up as the mightiest heroes of the planet to fight whatever approaches or stands in the way. At the moment, 1 billion years before the Avengers we know as Tony Stark, Thor, and Captain America, they stand in a valley, a big valley between huge mountains, and what stands between them in this fight is Celestials. And basically what those are, all-powerful beings in Marvel that are giant metal star spawn gods that just go around judging and destroying worlds. As Agamotto prepares his spells for what's about to be the battle of their life, Starbrand leaps into the air with full red energy glowing around his body. Looks so badass. You know he's about to smash some shit up. Odin and Lady Phoenix are flying in the air towards the Celestials as Iron Fist and Black Panther prepare themselves along Agamotto. It jumps back to present day at Earth's present mightiest heroes. Tony Stark, freshly out of a coma, and Captain America and Thor are having drinks together, along with Tony. A beer for Cap, a mead for Thor, and a Shirley Temper for Tony. They have a discussion about bringing the Avengers back. Tony is hesitant, for since he's came out of his coma, he has a new light and wants to try to do things differently. Steve tries to have to say cheers to the good old days and the Avengers. Tony gets mad and says, "You couldn't have one drink without you bringing up the A word." Tony replies, "Again, we've tried it and it didn't work out, so I don't see what your point is here, Cap. But who else is going to do it if not us? We got to try again, and we've been out of the game for a while, so what is new is old, and what is old is new." Tony and Steve go back at it as Steve says, I get it. You were in a coma for a few weeks, but I've been frozen in ice for 40 Super Bowls." Tony makes a joke. "We do make a great trio, though. You got Hydra, Cap over here, me, Coma Tony, and the unworthy Thor." But Tony says, "I'm still unsure if we're the ones to do this anymore. Times have changed." Steve says, "But so have we." Tony says, "Well, we should know when it's time for us to step to the side." Steve replies again, "We did that. We tried that. It's our chance to step up again. And the only way we can." Thor, the god of thunder, jumps into the argument as the stars as my witness. "It needs to be us. We need this now more than ever. We three need one another." Tony goes to say, "How will we know when it's time?" Steve says, "You'll know when you know." Tony replies, "I suppose we have to do is just wait and sit around for a startling new calamity to settle and his watch gets a buzz." Tony says, "Sometimes I just hate opening my own mouth. Go ahead, motherboard." "I hate to be that AI that interrupts you, Tony, but I have some alarming news. Your satellites are picking up multiple energy fluctuations entering Earth's orbit." Steve says, "I guess it's Avengers." Tony says, "Don't finish those words. You can pick up Thor's tab if you do." Thor, Tony, Captain America leave the bar. It jumps to the modern day. Sorcerer Supreme and Doctor Strange and T'Challa as Black Panther, as they are in a labyrinth miles beneath South Africa. Doctor Strange notices some ancient markings on the wall. They're symbols of the Black Panther and the Eye of Agamotto, and they date back 1 billion years ago. There's other symbols on the wall like star brands, but Doctor Strange can't make nothing of it, but also sees the Phoenix symbol on the wall altogether. They find dead archaeologists. They were dead from the extreme cosmic radiation that was there from whatever was there. But the radiation was so old but still so strong that it cooked those men alive as soon as they reached the depths. Doctor Strange's magic protects him from this heat and pressure this deep in the earth. Doctor Strange senses the magic in the caves, as well as T'Challa senses something that was there. Still, the fear stains on the walls. Whatever was here was 2,000 feet tall or long. Doctor Strange senses old magic. It's very old magic by hoary hosts of Hogarth. It's Agamotto's magic, he says. Black Panther says, "What happened to all the magic then?" "It died recently. I had a battle with some science cultists. The spells must have not reconstituted." Black Panther and Doctor Strange head deeper down into the caves. They see big gaping holes in different directions. Whatever was down here escaped. It's probably up to the top by now. We meet now with a ghostwriter. Well, It's Robbie Reyes outside working on his car as Gabriel rolls up on his wheelchair and asks him, "When are you going to take me on a ride?" He says, "Not right now. It's not really doing too well. She's running kind of funny." Gabe insists on trying to help. He says, "I can try to fix it." He says, "Not right now. How about you just go inside?" All of a sudden, the ground begins to shake. Robbie gets from underneath his car and starts to grab Gabe's wheelchair and tries to stroll him inside as fast as he can. They head to the door. As the ground begins to crack, a green light emits from the ground. Robbie tells Gabe to go inside and close the door, and Gabe tries to ask, "Is it an earthquake?" Robbie says, "I don't think so. I got this." Danvers to station. We're hurled into space, meeting Miss Marvel. She is called into space by the space station. Energy levels are still rising, anomalies reaching hypernova territories. In other words, those things are emitting with high energy at the same level of several trillion Hiroshimas. The quantum division theory is that those are teleportation portals. Kara Danvers says, "I have my eyes on one of those and something's coming through it." The space station says, "Well, the energy that's coming through doesn't match any of the alien culture that we've ever categorized. Well, whoever they are, I'm in the position to punch them back to wherever they came." "Wait, Colonel Danvers, energy levels are spiking past anything that we can measure. Sound the global alarms now." We meet back up with Tony Stark, Thor, and Captain America in a Quinjet when Tony gets information that the anomalies are spiking and something is coming through them. "Earth has sounded the alarm for global emergency event, Mr. Stark," the AI respond. Tony tells Motherboard to send all of his drones into the point and satellites at the anomalies to short them out. Motherboard says, "I tried that already. It's not working. Their technology is way beyond anything we have yet." Cap says, "We got to get up there. It's time. It's our time." Tony says, "No, we don't. We don't have to go up there. Whatever's up there is coming down on us." Doctor Strange and T'Challa are still several miles down beneath the earth when they found a bunch of egg sacs. Some of them were already open, but the majority amount were still closed. Obviously, those didn't get the memo, Black Panther said. But there's still thousands in here in this big open cave. Doctor Strange and Black Panther feel the vibrations from whatever made it out of those caves. A few of the eggs start to hatch what it looks to be like robotic spiders. Still unsure of what they're about to encounter, they knew that they needed to get out of there and get back up to the top. They fight their way through the horde of robotic spiders. As they get back to the surface, they see huge asteroids falling from the sky. The only thing, they weren't asteroids. Back to Tony, Thor, and Cap. Thor yells, "Ymir's bones! It's a celestial! It's a race of ancient star-spawned supergiants who judge and destroy worlds." And look, it's not alone. They land the Quinjet, hop out, and to their amazement, "Hey boys, nice time to bring the band back together," Captain Marvel replies. "Danvers, are you alright? Did you just kill that celestial?" "No, it was dead when it came out the portal. I just kept it from falling on Times Square." "Well done, Lady Marvel," Thor replies. "No time to stand here and pat each other on the back, you guys. That portal that thing came out of, well, there's 100 more. This is Alpha Flight to Earth. Report in. Coming, there are giant dead bodies falling from Earth all over the globe, 2,000 foot long. We have shot everything at it, our full arsenal. We can't even dent these, whatever they are. Gods be with you down there on Earth, if there are any gods left after today." So the real question, the real scary question that becomes If these Celestials are so mind-boggling powerful, what in the hell is strong enough to kill them? You answered your own question, Tony, Steve replied. You're right, Tony agreed. Cap, you can say it. Avengers assemble. Yo, that was a straight good intro into how the Avengers get back together and meet up with Captain Marvel. And there's more in the comic, but they're just little tidbits, and I left information out so you could pick up the comic book yourself and just dive into the series and see where it goes. I have very good faith this is going to be a very good series. One, because of the Ancient Avengers, and two, because of the Celestials that they're gonna fight, and I'm not sure how they're honestly gonna beat the Celestials, but that's just we're just gonna have to see. But that was a really good intro, and I really like it. It was so badass. I'll go deeper into the origins of the Ancient Avengers if you guys want me to. I'll get all the information that I can. But yeah, if you really like this video and you thought it gave you good information on the first comic of Avengers #1, don't forget to like and subscribe and to put comments down below to let me know what you guys want to see in the near future. And yeah, just tell me about your favorite comics. Tell me about your favorite points in the comic, and we'll see if we can make the family a bigger, friendly neighborhood. So don't forget to be friendly out there, you guys, because we're friendly here. And do not forget to be super as well, guys, and have a blessed and beautiful day. Crunch time is always fun, but much time till next time, you guys.